forehead is just popping. Wow. All right. Hey, ladies. Okay, so I got a few minutes. My little ones are down for a nap. And I'm gonna go ahead and answer some questions that I got from you guys for the Q&A on Instagram and on YouTube. So I'll be back and forth between them. If I don't answer your question, I'm probably gonna have a video about it or maybe a part 2. We'll see. All right, so the first question is, how has moving out of state been? It might still be too soon, but wondering how it feels about visiting family or them visiting you, if it is hard or not, etc. And congratulations on the baby. I'm so happy and excited for you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so how has it been? It's been, if you've seen my previous video, it's been a little tough. But it is getting better. We're getting more acclimated. My husband is working and we are getting on our schedule and getting on our routine and things like that. It still doesn't quite feel like home. I catch myself saying all the time, like, back home, or, that's not how we do it, or that's not what our ambulances look like, and different things like that. But realizing, like, no, this is my ambulance now, like different things like that. I catch myself saying all the time. So I guess it still doesn't feel like home yet, but I think that that's going to take longer than 2 months or 3 months now. 2 months. So that's going to take longer than 2 months, but it's been not the easiest transition, but we're doing good. We're not doing terrible or horrible. Anyhow, the questions are in front of me, so that's if you see me keep looking down, that's why they're like in front of me on my laptop. So would love to hear more on homeschooling and special needs, on doctor's appointments, managing your other kids, and self-care. Okay, so what I try to do when it comes to doctor's appointments and different things like that is I try to schedule physical therapy, all those things in the afternoon to the best of my ability, and on the same 2 days to the best of my ability. So Mondays and Wednesdays, we don't have any therapy. Tuesdays and Thursdays is all of our therapies and different things like that. It makes for long Tuesdays and long Thursdays, but because of that, I'm able to schedule easier lunches and dinners on those days. And I know that I'm going to be out of the house on those days, so I wake up prepared and I prepare myself mentally. But then I also know Monday's coming, Wednesday is coming, my calm days are coming. So that's kind of how I try to juggle all the doctor's appointments and different things like that. When it comes to personal self-care, I am big on rest, and I'm big on taking care of our bodies, to do the work that we've been called to do. And that part is very important to me. I don't self-care just to self-care, make sure I'm good and da-da-da-da. I self-care because this is like God created me and he wants me to take care of myself so that I can better serve and better do the things that I need to do in this world. And so I get up in the morning and I do my devotions, and I make sure I'm drinking my water, and I make sure that I have time without children, without noise, without, so that I can connect with my Heavenly Father, so that I can hear my thoughts and hear where my heart is at and different things like that. And so for me, having a morning routine is so important. Having an hour or two before the kiddos get up to really center myself and get ready for the day and prepare for them and welcome them, without them waking me up and me being like, starting my day like that. That is super important. And then also having days and hours and times when my hubby gets home and he's like, I'll take the kids, you go do your nails, or go get something to eat, or step out for a little bit and stuff like that. So I think it's important for us to rest. It's important for us to take care of ourselves so that we can do what we've been called to well. I just delivered my fourth baby. Congratulations. We just started homeschooling our 6, 4, and 2-year-old. Wow, those you got little ones. Any tips for how to survive the newborn stages while homeschooling when hubby goes back to work? Hmm. Number one, you've got very young kiddos. You got a 6-year-old, you have a 4-year-old, and you have a 2-year-old. I find that at those young ages, routine and structure is like so important. Like we do the same things every single day. We wake up, we eat, we get dressed, we go to the park, we do this. Like trying to maintain and keep a routine and structure is helpful for them because they know what to expect for the day, and it's also helpful for you because it helps the day go flow. Like if you think about any daycare center or you think about any preschool or any school in general, that's how they run. They run on a schedule, they run on a routine, and that helps their day to flow. I find that newborns during the day are a lot very easy. I baby wear a lot during the day, and so I do you there's usually a boob out. I'm usually breastfeeding. But because of that, I find that they're not as difficult as when they get wiggly and they start running around and doing all the things. I find that to be a lot more difficult than the newborn stage because I literally just carry my child around, and so they attach to me in my kangaroo pouch, and then I'm able to navigate and do all the things with the little ones. And then when hubby is home, rest, 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 rest. When hubby's home, that's not the time to go, go, go. That's the time to tag team and rest. The joys of filming on your phone. Somebody just called me. All right. So I think I was just saying that's the time to rest and just really um, take advantage of hubby being home. And honestly, at night, when the baby falls asleep, it's probably best to go to sleep too. That's probably not best. That's not the time to stay up and do all the things because they're going to be waking up all throughout the night. Yeah, I hope that's helpful. I purchased the PALS program, the PALS reading program, after watching your unboxing. Oh my goodness, I'm excited. Have you prepared the reading part yet? Will you do it all at once or by lesson? I wish I was a by lesson person because I feel like that would be less stressful on my life. But I am an all at once person. So I know that when I prepare the PALS program, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to knock it out all at once and I'm going to regret it. I'm going to regret it. But that's just who I am. So yes, I'm going to be preparing it all at once. My son is currently finishing off Christian Light Education Kindergarten 2. Then once he's done with that, he's going to do a few weeks of the Good and the Beautiful pre-K curriculum, and then we are going to transition over to PALS. Thinking around January, maybe December, is when we'll be transitioning over to the PALS program. And I will let you know all the details when we finally jump on it, but I'm super excited about that program. What I love most about it is that it's a K through 2nd grade program, and so we can use it for multiple years. So what version of the Bible do you read? Okay, I read the ESV version, but majority of my life I've read NIV. I found that as I grew in my walk with Christ, I wanted to find a version of the Bible that was more closely related in the sense of more closely related to the original text, if that makes sense. So all that to say, just read the Bible. Read the Bible you have. Read where you're at, and just allow God to guide you in that. Will you take a break from homeschool when baby is born? I have a 2-week-old and don't know when I'll start up again. Yes, I plan on taking a break when the baby is born, mostly because that first couple of weeks, just really getting to know baby and really getting to see what personality, how the baby works, and how my now 2-year-old is going to be 3 when the baby comes, reacts to the baby and different things like that, and just getting acclimated to somebody else joining our routine. But the way that God created us is just so amazing to me. I find that Right now I need 7-8 hours of sleep in order to survive. But when a baby comes and you're waking up every 30 minutes, sometimes every hour, to feed and do all the things, you can still get up during the day and do what you need to do. Like there is just like I'm like there are times where I would only get like 3 hours of sleep at night, but I'd still get up in the morning and I'd be able to do all the things. Or I'd finally get one night of 4 hours of sleep and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm a whole new person, you know? So I know that the energy when it comes to sleep will come when it comes. And I know that, I will find my rhythm and my routine once babies come. As of right now, I'm planning on taking a month off. If I need to take off longer, then I will. If I need to take off less, then I will. But right now, I'm planning around a month. Okay, how to keep toddlers happy and quiet during school time. It's a struggle. It is a struggle. I completely 100% agree with you. My advice to you would be schedule your toddler. Like, have your toddler scheduled and ready, have their whole day planned out. Make sure that they have things that they need to do. If you want to check out my scheduling video, I will link it in the description. But I pretty much planned our whole day around scheduling for my toddlers and scheduling for my preschooler, making sure that they've got sensory time, they've got free play time during their nap time, they've got their own schooling time when we're doing group work together. Like their time is scheduled and structured, and so they constantly have things that they're expected to do. Because I find that when I give them free time to run around the house and do whatever, that is when they are the most disruptive. But if I take them into consideration and I make sure that I have things for them to do, that helps us to flow better. It's not perfect. They will still find ways to fight or to cry or to do it, all the things. But snacks and scheduling for them and making sure that what I have scheduled for them is not the same thing that I had scheduled for them the day before, like keeping it fresh, keeping it new, keeping it fun, really has helped. And I utilize my older ones a lot too. So like my oldest will be reading while I'm working with my will be reading to the toddlers while I'm working with my third grader and different things like that. I hope that was helpful. How do you do it all? Clean, errands, homeschool, self-care, and date nights. Help. I've got a lot of videos on my channel about structure and routine and all the things. And so you'll hear this in a lot of those videos, but one of the things is I do all that I've been called to do. I can't do what she's been called to do, what he's been called to do, what they've been called to do. I have to do what I've been called to do. And so I've had to let go of a lot of things that were other people's expectations of what I should be doing, or my expectations of what I should be doing, and allow myself to do what I've been called to do well. So I'm very scheduled and with my time and my rest time as well. I'm very scheduled and very structured in that way, and I flow that way because honestly, to be real, I'm naturally a very lazy person. So I schedule my time to make sure that I keep it moving. And hacks and different tips, different like things like that have helped. So I hope that's helpful, but that's what I do. I'm just very scheduled. I make a list of everything that I need to do. I've got a course called the Peaceful Planning course, and it really walks you through structuring and scheduling your day. It really walks you through balancing it all, or balancing all that you've been called to do. And one of the first things that we go over is like major pain points within your home, and attacking that first, and speaking with your family and your husband and all the things, and figuring things out from that standpoint. So anyways, if you'd like to check out the course, you can, but like I've got a bunch of things as well on my channel on balance and structure and doing all the things. I'll link a couple of those videos in the description as well. Okay, what is a reasonable amount of sleep for you? Right now, 7 to 8 hours. How do you deal with stress? Poorly, very bad. I am a bad stress dealer. One of my go-to ways to deal with stress is to go to my friends, go to my therapist, have strong accountability that will constantly push me back to Christ and help me to rely on Him more. Do you ever ask yourself, why did I choose this path? Yes, but that's life, you know. I remember when I was working as a nurse and I had no children, and I asked myself, why did I choose this path? You know, like I constantly have asked myself and reevaluated and really spoke to God and really wrestled with certain decisions and making sure that it is really what He's called for me and where He wants me to be. So yes, I think it's normal to wrestle with what God has called you to do. How do you deal with pressure of society regarding their expectations of women being independent, working outside of the home? I don't. I'm just like, I'm constantly faced with the fact that this is not our home. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, my dog. I'm constantly faced with the fact that that the life that we choose to lead and the way that we choose to lead our lives may not always go with what society wants and what society needs or what society deems is the right way or the wrong way to live. And I've had to deal with family members that feel that, you know, I should be working. You're a nurse, you could be making some money, you know, go to work and or put the kids in school and, you know, and all the things. So I've had to deal with that. But at the end of the day, I realized that they know not what they do. You know what I mean? Like, sin is a very real thing. We live in a world that doesn't always have a biblical worldview. And I'm not saying that to say that if you work outside the home, because I've worked outside the home for years and homeschooled, but I'm not saying that to say if you work outside the home, you're being sinful. But I am saying that if you feel that all women should be working outside the home and putting their kids in school and can't understand or can't see that God has called different people down different paths, then, you know, it's between you and God, you know? So I don't really put society's pressures or family's pressures on myself. I try very, very hard to, in everything that I do, to consult with my husband, to consult with those that are very close with me, and to talk to God and make sure that this is what is best for our family and where He is leading us and wants us to be. Are women in your family supportive of your decision? I think they all think I'm crazy. So I don't know if that's supportive or not supportive. I would say that they all think I'm crazy. They're all like, I could never. You better than me. You got more patience than me. You're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. So there's not like they're unsupportive in the sense that they're like, don't do it. Well, some of them have said don't do it. But I wouldn't say they're all gung-ho like, way to go, you homeschooling, stay-at-home mama, you know. And you know, that's not my concern. I don't know. That's not my concern. Like, at the end of the day, I have to deal with God directly. You know what I mean? I have to deal with His calling on my life directly, and trust that the decisions that my husband and I are making for our family is where God is leading us. Do you ever get locked looked down upon because you have multiple children. Oh yeah, please. Um, everybody's like, that's it, right? That's it, right? No more kids, right? That's it, right? My goodness, you always pregnant, you're always having kids. That's it, right? But I mean, look, after all the losses that I've experienced and the different sadness that I've had this past year, can't nobody tell me nothing about having kids. Like, it is a blessing. It is truly a blessing. It is a gift from God. There is no guarantees when it comes to having children. I will take my children and I will love them. And you can think I have too much. You can think I have too little. Those are my babies and I love them. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful to have the kids that I have. I'm so grateful. I'm, I'm, I'm very thankful. Okay. Okay, how do I balance time? Sorry. How do I balance time with my husband, kids, homeschooling, homemaking, time with God, while not neglecting yourself and your needs? Well, all right, I'm gonna have to wrap it up because my kiddos need me. Okay, so this is not gonna be the most politically correct answer to this question. Warning. So without neglecting yourself and your needs. What is your favorite me time activity, and what is your favorite scripture or devotional? Okay. Here's what I will say. We are called to die to self. We are called to take up our cross every single day and to serve Him. We are called to be more like Him and for His joy to be our joy. And so my prayer, and I'm not perfect at this because I am a selfish, sinful human, but my prayer is that I'll find joy in all the things that He has called me to do. Homeschooling, homemaking, and my kids, my husband, that they will fill me, that those things will fill me, that those things will bring me peace, that those things will bring me joy, and that rather than feeding self and self-interest and what I don't know, what would gratify me, that I would find joy in service, that I would find joy in giving of myself to others. Rest is so important. Yes, I believe that we need rest. I believe that we need moments to be alone and be with our own thoughts, and that we should take care of our bodies, that we should exercise, that we should drink water, that we should take care of ourselves, as I've said in the beginning. But this whole self-love, gratification type thing, it's, in my opinion, can be very worldly. In a sense, I don't see it biblically, is all I'm saying. Like, I don't see it biblically where it's like, serve yourself, find yourself, please yourself, or different things like that. I see more a heart of service and a heart of dying to self and seeking Him. And so that's what I strive for. I strive that for even within my rest, even for when in moments that I take care of me, that my mindset, my heart is right when I do those things. And I know it's not the I know it's not the most popular opinion, but I believe that I want my joy to be His joy. I want to find joy in serving my family, and to not be a self martyr, like, oh, no, don't look at me, I hate myself or anything like that, but to not be so self-indulgent at either, if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. If that make no sense, I'm sorry. um, but all that I do, I hope it is to um, shine more light on Christ and not on me. What is your favorite me time activity? I guess something that I really enjoy doing is, just getting time to hang out with my friends and pouring into them and listening and girl talk and all the things and, and having fun with my friends. So I think that would be, I guess, my favorite, like, if I had a me time activity, I guess that would be it. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Last one. When are you due? That's an easy one. I am due in February. I am due February 17th, but don't put money on it. Don't put money on it. All my children that I've gone into labor naturally with has been a week to 2 weeks late. So this baby could come in March. So don't put no money down on February 17th, but that is when I'm due. There are like a ton more questions, but that's all that I have time for today. If you guys want a part 2, let me know. Add any questions down below so I can finish off these questions, and what I didn't get to finish, I hope I can answer in future videos. But thank you guys so much for the questions. These questions was good. These are some good questions. Thank you for the questions, and until next time, bye.